This is solving a work problem using a rational equation. And this is in section, I think it's 1.6 of your textbook. So it says, left on together, the cold and hot water faucets of a certain bathtub take 8 minutes to fill the tub. If it takes the cold water faucet 18 minutes to fill the tub by itself, how long will it take the hot water faucet to fill the tub on its own? Do not do any rounding. So typically that means that you're supposed to give your answer as a fraction. Okay, so we have the cold water faucet. I'm just going to write cold. And we have the hot water faucet. And then we have them together. And so what we're going to do is we're going to compare the rates that they're able to fill the tub. So the cold water faucet, it says, can fill the tub in 18 minutes by itself. Just the cold is on. So it can fill one tub or do one job in 18 minutes. So its rate of work, so here, let me write it like this. So the amount of work or the amount of the job is always equal to the rate times the time. And so you can rearrange this and rewrite it as kind of divide both sides by time as the amount of work or the amount of the job divided by time is the rate or the speed that faucet or whatever is working. So the cold water can do one tub in 18 minutes. So one tub per 18 minutes. Or you can think of that as every minute it fills 1/18 of the tub. So that's its rate. Okay, now the hot one, we don't know. It said how long will it take for the hot water faucet to fill the tub? So let's let that be X. So X is the time for the hot water faucet to fill the tub. So then that means it can fill the tub in X minutes. We don't know how long that is, but that's its rate of work. And then the 8, that's how long it takes for them to fill the tub together, so they can fill the one tub in 8 minutes. So if you have them both turned on full blast, they're filling 1/8 of the tub per minute. Okay, now if we have the cold water turned on full blast, we're getting 1/18 of the tub. If we have the hot water turned on full blast, it's 1/x, whatever that is. If we add them together, that's the same as having them both turned on full blast. So we're just basically saying the rate of the cold water faucet plus the rate of the hot water faucet should be the rate together. So this is our equation, and this is definitely the hard part for most people, is getting to here. Okay, so now we're going to multiply both sides by the LCD to get rid of all these fractions, so the least common denominator. So we're going to have an X in there, but let's see, for 8 and 18, I think, so if we do like maybe 18 times like 4, you could just do 18 times 8. So 144 will work just fine. But I think that we could use something a little bit smaller, like, let me see, 18 times 4. Yeah, 8 goes into that. So let's use 72 because it's a little smaller. So we're going to use the LCD as 72x, but totally fine if you just multiply it all together and use 144x. You'll end up with the same answer. Okay, so 72 cancels the 18, and I'll just go ahead and put it over here. So we've got 72. If I divide by 18, I have 4. So I'm going to get 4 and then the x. Let me do this. Okay. 4x. And then plus, okay, now the x is canceled, so I'm left with just 72. And then on the other side, 72 cancels 8, so I'm left with 9x. So now this is not bad. So let's get our x terms on one side. So subtract 4x from both sides. And so we're going to have 72 is equal to 5x. So then divide both sides by 5. And if we do 72 divided by 5, we get 14.4. And it said don't round, so we just leave it as 14.4. And so remember what that's supposed to be. That's the time for the hot water faucet to fill the tub by itself. And so it makes sense that it should take longer than 8 minutes, right? It should take longer than if you've got the cold water also on at the same time. So 14.4 minutes to me seems reasonable with the other numbers that they gave us. By the way, if you end up getting something, like if this had been, I don't know, like 71 over 3, and you get that, just leave your answer as a fraction. Just make sure it's simplified. So if it's something where you kind of have to round, if you're going to do a decimal, just leave it as a fraction. Okay.